Okay, so I've been using Kaileidos Hair Dyes for months. I believe that it's time to make a review about them. Hi there, my name is Layan. I'm a fashion journalist and I love to talk about beauty, fashion, trends, and more deep stuff. Usually all my content is in Spanish, but I want to start doing some things in English too because, why not? And today I want to talk about Kaileidos Hair Dyes. Here are all the hair dyes that I've used this year. Even look at this one, it's basically empty. There's like a tiny bit left. Okay, something here I have to say before I dive in. I'm a person that loves when the hair dyes are like vibrant or stays in your hair for a month or two. And sometimes when it takes longer to fade, I don't like it at all. But again, it's my view on how I like to do these hair dyes. So keep that in mind in everything I'm going to say next. Okay, let's go. Okay, so Kaileidos at the beginning of the year sent me like a box with all their products, like even from makeup. If you want to see a makeup review of Kaileidos, let me know because I would love to do that. Eventually I will. But the first thing that I put my hands on was on the hair dyes because I've been dyeing my hair in colors since I was like 18, so I wanted to try them like really bad. I have used all of these colors already, so let's dive in my experience of each one of them. My first try was using Pink Potion and Sun Never Sets, like this soft pink and this orange. To have a little bit of background, my hair looked like this. It was a deep bluish purple and this neon pink. The problem with this neon pink is that it actually had some particles to make it neon and it was very complicated to take it off. I think that the Pink Potion actually works if your hair is really bleached, because if not, it's a really pale and light color. I believe that you could mix it with Nirvana and have like a hot cute pink, but by itself you have to have a really bleached tone. But on the other hand, with the Sun Never Sets, I actually love the color. I wanted to make a little bit more pastel. At first, my hairstylist was like, no, let's do something else. Let's keep it more vibrant and some parts more pastels, and it ended up like this. I love it actually. But the thing with these two colors, I believe that they faded too fast. That was like the only thing for me. If you're okay with that, it's perfect. If you like colors that stays more, maybe this isn't the one for you. But yeah, the Pink Potion, as I said, you have to have a really bleached hair. But with the Sun Never Sets, it's a really pretty color. Maybe if you mix it with their Pastel Mixer, I believe that you could have a really beautiful color. Actually, before the hair that I have right now, I did like a test and it was like this with all the colors. Here you can see. Okay, next we go with Nirvana. As you can see, basically it's almost empty. I came from this orange pale pink hair to this deep red, almost like a wine red. Actually, at first I mixed Nirvana with other brand that I find in my country and it gave me this pretty color, but to retouch it constantly every week I was using Nirvana and the results were divine. I love that hair. I love that color. I actually kind of miss it right now, but when I was using it I was like, oh, it's so boring. I look like so normal, but I love it. It is a red that has like a hot pink subtone, I believe. Like that's how I see it. It took a while to take it off. I didn't mind because I loved how it looked. I at first was like retouching it weekly or every 50 days, but at one point I was like, I will let it wash. And it was fading into something like this. So when I did the bleach bath, I fucked up my hair basically. Because, well, I had these strange colors down there. The neon pink was still there. Some places were orange, some still red. It was a really fucked up situation. But that's where I came with my next color. It's this Dreamlock tone. It's a really beautiful deep purple, but it does has some blue tones under it. And I will tell you why it matters. As I said, my hair was like orangey, reddish, with kind of pink, very warm tones. So I was basically expecting this purple to give it a cool tone. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. It was a beautiful purple, but it had some blue in some parts. It had more purple in some parts and some weird greenish tone in between. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't exactly that. But it was not because of the hair dye, it was because of my fault and the mess that I had there. What I could say is that the tone, at least in my messed up hair, didn't last that long. It was purple like for a week. After that week, it started to look more like a blue tone. And I was like, okay, cool, I love this kind of changes, so people can't even notice what color is my hair. But it's something to keep in mind. I will think that it's not because of the hair dye, but because of the mess that I had. But still, you can see that on their page, this tone does fade into a blue tone, okay? Actually, all the colors in their website, you can see what color they fades to. So I think that's pretty helpful. And also they show you how it would look in some level of bleach hair. So that's important too. After this purplish blue, I went with Eye of the Storm right above the purple that I have, okay? I didn't do something different for that. Sorry about the lighting, like I'm in front of this constantly changing because of the clouds. See? Like there. Eye of the Storm, which is a really deep, beautiful blue that I fell in love with. It wasn't that bad, but at that point I was like, I mean, you know, it's just on my tips. I want something different. So I went to my hairstylist and I was like, I want to do something very different that I have never done in my life. I want to use a color that I usually hate. Green is like my least favorite color in my life. And I was like, you know what? I want to try it on my head, basically. And I was like, but I don't want all my hair to be green, so let's do something different. I remember that when we did a test trend, because in that moment I had to bleach my hair to kind of fix all the mess that I made. But it was like, look, we have to see how much all your hair can hold on. So it could be green and blue, it could be green and orange, it could be green and pink. Yeah, those were the options. And I was like dying for the blue and green. And well, as you can see, we did it. I have already a month with this hair. Oh my God, I never said which hair dyes I was using. Ultrasonic and Eye of the Storm, but mixing them with other hair dyes. So for the green, ultrasonic on the color that I had looked kind of yellowish. So basically what I did was use a ton of ultrasonic and put like a few drops of Eye of the Storm, and it gave this beautiful green. And for my hair that it's blue, you can see that it's not this electric blue, but it's more like kind of turquoise, but not that turquoise. It's like a mix. What I did was mix basically Eye of the Storm with a little bit of ultrasonic and other hair dye that I had from my country again, but it's giving this current hair dye. Probably I will change this blue to this electric blue, but I'm not sure about that. I will see in a few days. Thing that I want to talk about, the Pastel Mixer, for a reason. So I use it for a few of these looks. I love that it has like this lilac subtone on it because I think it helps to mix and blend the colors in a different way. So conclusions. Do I like Kaileidos? I don't like Kaileidos. What I think about it? I love them. I love the feeling that they leave on my hair. I love the smell. The only thing that I probably don't die for is that some hair dyes take longer to fade than others. Okay, basically it depends on how you like your hair dye to stay on your hair. If you like it to stay longer, if you want it to fade, I believe that this one fades pretty easily. Actually, as I said, like before this hair dye, I had like the blue one and the purple one, and when I bleached the hair, it fade out really fast. Some hair dyes that I've used in the past, even when I bleach it, kind of stays there. So for example, these two that have like this purple undertone fade pretty easily. The only one that took longer was Nirvana. Okay, so by now I've used all the colors. I just checked and I didn't notice that before. I believe that my favorite one could be Nirvana, Eye of the Storm, and Ultrasonic. In a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Kaileidos like an 8.5, like a 9 even. I actually like these hair dyes. I do believe that in my personal case, it's a hair dye that I would use if I wanted to fade fast, period. But it depends on you. Let me know if you have used Kaileidos hair dyes. What do you think about it? Again, as I said, English is not my native language, so I hope I didn't mess up that bad doing this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to see videos about fashion and all of that in Spanish, you can find it on my channel. And pretty soon you will find more English content in my channel too, probably about reviews, maybe a few videos about opinions too, because I believe that information should be for anyone and I don't want language to be a barrier here. Probably my next English video will be talking about Kaileidos makeup line. So stay tuned for that. Hope to see you around and hope that you enjoyed this video.